It's time for the Double J Podplex, where wrestling lives. So man up and step on in. For all your wrestling news and commentary, here are your hosts, Jeremy and Jimmy.
And welcome back, Freedom Fighters. Y'all are back in the Double J Podplex, where we're here to pop them till they percolate after the Summerslam pay-per-view.
We're here, live at the man cave. The man cave of all man caves.
That's right.
We got Brave stuff in here. We got Pantera. We got football going on. And we're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, the thing is, we're watching a game right now, and it's a preseason game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins. And, the only thing that's upsetting about that is it acts like Philadelphia is a real city. And that pisses me off a little bit. But, hey, that's fine. Continue.
But we do know it's always sunny over there.
It is always sunny in Philadelphia.
Absolutely.
We're actually, next week's guest is going to be Mr. Charlie Day from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Best guest ever.
Best guest ever, and he will definitely show us, how to do just what he does at Patty's Pub.
Yes.
But yet again, as great as that young man is, damn it, we have to express our feelings after SummerSlam and Raw and SmackDown and what exactly is going down in the current state of the WWE.
Right. So, Jimmy, where'd you grade SummerSlam overall?
Dude, SummerSlam was a C at best.
Yeah.
SummerSlam was not that good.
It wasn't.
It really was not that good. One thing I want to really get past because I gotta let it out first so I don't ramble on it. Before even explaining matches or whatever, it's a slap in the face to Vince and everybody else how bad SummerSlam was compared to NXT TakeOver.
Yes.
Brooklyn 3.
Absolutely.
Okay. Every match on TakeOver was incredible. It really showcased how great both of those women were in NXT, Ember Moon and Asuka. The match between Bobby Roode and Drew McIntyre was good. Aleister Black's entrance alone was freaking sweet.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was awesome, man. I mean, to open the show with Johnny Gargano and Almas, I always forget his first name. But they put on a nice little wrestling clinic in the beginning. Seeing Sanity walk away with the belts, with Eric Young being involved in the match, was also a nice twist as well. But dude, it's sad how much better that pay-per-view was than SummerSlam.
Right, yeah, the takeovers, especially SummerSlam ones, have exceeded the actual pay-per-view itself. And I would assume it would be like that for the big four.
The thing that we always talk about is how good. I've never seen a bad NXT pay-per-view. It just doesn't exist.
Right.
But they're never this much better. They were drastically better. Drastically. I actually, I didn't watch TakeOver on that Saturday. I watched it on Sunday morning before, SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, I shouldn't have done that. I should have had a day to wear off or something. But
right. Yeah.
The entire time I'm sitting here watching SummerSlam, I'm like, damn, what is this crap? It's just, it was upsetting. However, there were some high points and there were some very, very low points, which we will discuss. Well, now. I mean, that's why we're on the air. We do rule the airwaves, and we have an Amazon Fire Stick, but we didn't hijack it or what? Not hijack it.
Right.
I've told you could do something to it to get free channels. We don't do that. We don't condone stealing here at the Double J Podplex.
Hell no.
So, but moving right along, since you asked me, I said C at best. How were you feeling as far as the SummerSlam hangover right now?
You mean a grade?
Grade-wise.
C. I'm gonna go with C as well. Yeah, it was just kind of mediocre. As you said, and as everyone knows, the NXT TakeOver was much better.
Dude,
much more exciting. I think what it has to do with is the amount of time they have to work with. And, I feel that when it comes to the main roster, whether it's Raw or SmackDown Live, they have a lot of guys, a lot of mouths to feed, if you will.
Of course.
With NXT, you kind of have this little bunch.
And you're able to showcase them correctly and everything. Yeah, of course. The pay-per-view was still only 2 hours. Compared to anything else.
Right,
but like you're saying, you're right. There was only 5 matches on the card. And also, the one thing that's always very impressive about NXT is not the lack of storyline, but the lack of unnecessary promos and unnecessary showcases of, trying to move the story along. They almost let the wrestling talk for itself.
Yes.
Exactly, speak for itself. Yes, there are promos being cut, but it's not like WWE.
Right.
It's not as drawn out. It's just a whole hell of a lot better product. But you might be right, and I think you are right in a lot of ways, that there's so few, or not so few, but there's too many mouths to feed in WWE. But another argument as far as that goes is even the ones that you have, you're dropping the ball on.
Right.
Even the ones that you are showcasing, you're dropping the ball on. So.
Yeah.
So what stuck out to you? What stuck out as something that was, if you had to go high point and you had to go low point, where are you feeling as far as SummerSlam went?
Let's see. Well, low point, obviously, the Randy Orton-Rusev match, which lasted...
That was shit, yeah.
10 seconds?
I would have been absolutely furious if I was in the stands at Brooklyn during that.
Well, they were probably bouncing around a beach ball.
Yeah, that's Cesaro's enemy. That is the enemy of the Swiss Superman.
Yes.
And he made sure it was not going to be his kryptonite.
Absolutely. It was the Swiss beach ball that was...
Swiss beach ball,
his nemesis. But, I would say the low would have to be... I guess you can go either Randy Orton, Rusev, or Big Show and Big Cass. That match was, a squash, if you will.
Yeah, but at least you had Enzo making noise himself in the cage and getting naked almost and
and oiled himself out of the cage,
That alone makes it better than Randy and Rusev.
Right. One thing that did excite me was the new tag champs, the Raw tag champs, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. The little mini Shield reunion we have going on here.
Absolutely.
I do like that. And I do believe that when those two guys and Roman Reigns, when they're all together, it's just they're like a well-oiled machine.
They're going to be unstoppable.
Because
you had time where you had all three guys be able to establish themselves.
Right.
Does it make sense to go back together? And of course it does. That was the question asked years ago with Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
Would it make sense to team them up again? And yes, it makes absolute
absolutely.
sense. It doesn't matter how big the guys are.
Right.
It still makes sense. The only thing as far as Roman Reigns, it's when now, I believe,
right.
he comes back to rejoin the Shield. You have to have a reason for him to come back. Not just, the Miz Taraj. That's not enough. As much as I love the Miz.
Right.
That's not enough. So something has to happen down the line, maybe up close to WrestleMania, maybe after WrestleMania, to give you a hell of a Raw after WrestleMania, Shield reuniting.
Right.
But something has to happen.
Absolutely.
Drastically enough.
And what will happen is we're actually going to go through all the matches right now.
That's fine.
And, do a quick little take on each match. And we'll start with the Cruiserweight title match between Akira Tozawa and Neville.
Mm-hmm.
Neville, and I want to say we both said that he would retain.
Yeah.
Which he did.
Yeah, I thought he was taking it back.
But, it was actually not a bad match for being in the pre-show.
Right.
I thought,
No, having Neville and Tozawa, and as much as they know each other now, and they're not going to put on a bad match, but it is somewhat losing its luster.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, as far as the Cruiserweight division goes, you saw who debuted Tuesday night in the Cruiserweight division.
Absolutely.
Mr. Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
So, his in-ring style leaves a little bit to be desired, but, I do believe that his mic skills will actually far him out pretty well.
Well, his mic skills, that's his bread and butter right there.
Oh, of course it is. Of course,
but I will say he does need to work on his in-ring.
And I think he will, especially if he's going to be a singles competitor, which is going to happen now. He's no longer with Cass, so he has to. He can't just be a talker unless he becomes a Jimmy Hart type of guy.
Right.
Mouth of the South, except for it be mouth of the Northeast. Mouth of Brooklyn.
Yeah, right.
So, or Hackensack, New Jersey, whatever.
Right. But, so the next match after that, well, actually, I have these matches all written down. I don't know if they was all in the correct order.
I don't remember the order.
Yeah, but I'm just going to read it in the order that I wrote it down. But there was also the New Day versus the Usos. Unfortunately, the New Day did lose their titles.
Yeah,
again.
I was extremely surprised by that.
I was too.
Yeah.
And the Usos got their titles back. Just like what I just said, Jimmy and I were pretty surprised by that.
Oh, deadlocked with the New Day. I mean, it didn't make any sense to take it away from a team that just got it back, who was also the longest reigning tag team in WWE history. That didn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. But hey, they have reasons for why they do things, and I think the Usos, I wasn't pissed off when they lost.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like, what the hell are they doing? It's like, all right, well, they got something else in store.
Right. Correct. And then there was the Miz Taraj versus the Hardys and Jason Jordan, which I don't know if you knew, but they have pictures and stuff online. They didn't start letting people in until that match started.
I heard that. Yeah, so they
pissed off Miz. I don't know if you saw his promo on Raw.
No, I did not.
That was legit anger coming from Miz.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
That's awesome. That's what it is.
Well, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Shit, I'd be pissed off too.
Yeah.
Miz is one of the biggest names and the biggest heel in the business.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't blame him for being
It's not the fact that he was that low on the card. It's the fact that you didn't put anybody in front. You talking about the Miz and you talking about the Hardys that no one was able to see
in the pre-show.
In the pre-show is bad enough,
right?
But no one was able to come see that. That's slapping a damn face.
Yeah, I would have put in Randy Orton and Rusev in the pre-show.
Who even won that match? I don't even remember.
Randy Orton.
No, not the Randy Orton Rusev. The Miz Taraj and Hardys and Jason Jordan.
I think Hardys and Jason Jordan. Wait, I'll be honest. I didn't even see that match.
I don't think I did either. Maybe we weren't able to be let in.
That's what it was.
Shit, I think the Hardys won. That's how badly this was booked.
Yeah,
that's how badly.
We apologize, ladies and gentlemen, but we're not sure who won that match. Not like it
I can't apologize for Vince's wrongdoing. I can't apologize for his stupidity in putting them in a pre-show match. I can't apologize for the creative team writing absolute crap storylines for 3 extremely big names. But I can apologize for not being awake to see it.
Right.
We're off!
And I wasn't...
we're not closed out yet.
I was doing something more important, apparently, that I didn't see it. But, anywho.
Well, yeah, I mean, whatever scotch, was plenty important.
Right.
Moving right along to, one of the 2 women's titles that changed hands on submission. Both of them. I mean, let's start with the first one, Naomi and Natalya. I never saw them giving the title to Natalya. I never saw them finally pulling a damn trigger. If anything, I would have thought they would have pulled the trigger with her matches with Charlotte about a year ago or whatever it was. Those were great. Right. I thought they would have pulled the trigger then when she was a face. I in no way disagree with them giving it to Natty. Thought it was very interesting though.
So okay, I'll actually go ahead and say that I actually disagree with giving her the title. And I'll say this because, just after watching her, just in recent months, even within the past year, to me, Natalya, I think she has good in-ring stuff, but I just think she's going to be a boring champion.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see any excitement coming from her.
No, I don't think
just from what I've seen of her promos.
Yeah.
And that
our promos are not that good.
No, I mean,
but in her defense, not many women are that great at promos for whatever reason.
True, yeah,
for whatever reason, and that's there are some that are quite good. Paige was exceptional. AJ Lee was great. Charlotte's not bad at all. Alexa Bliss is damn near perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even Sasha Banks isn't the greatest, but because of how damn good she is in the ring, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
I was okay with that. I actually liked the fact they gave it to Natty.
Yeah, and that's
I don't think it's going to be long lasting.
Right. That's actually exactly what I put on the Facebook page on the Double J Podplex.
Yeah.
I put that, I am glad that she got it just because she hasn't had it in so long.
Mm-hmm.
Last time she had it was when it was the Divas Championship,
Yeah, right,
Which was shit anyway, and that was, a while back. But at the same time, it's a catch-22. I don't think she'll be like a exciting champion. I don't see her lasting long.
I don't either. I see eventually Naomi winning it back, and I see then you have Carmella cashing it in. You have a nice little feud.
And you saw, I don't know if you saw, but Naomi she had legit tears rolling down her face.
Yeah,
after
she did.
Lost.
Yeah, she did.
I felt bad for her. I really did.
I felt bad for it too. I mean, to be honest, it may have been a last minute booking decision that she didn't even know a damn thing about.
It may have.
That's crazy. Speaking of, now you bring it up, I do have to go see the Miz's Raw promo. I actually haven't seen that yet. That sounds kind of interesting.
Watch it.
Now, moving right along to something that actually seemed like it was going to be a hell of a match, and indeed it was. Having Alexa Bliss defend her title against Sasha Banks, and having Miss Boss, beat the Queen. Right. Having her beat arguably the best all-around women's wrestler on their roster. Mm-hmm. That was impressive. I mean, I didn't see it coming yet. However, it does seemingly set up a feud between her and Bayley for the title.
Well, I would assume Alexa Bliss would... Well, she's invoking her rematch clause on Raw, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Next week, obviously. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, the thing is, that can go on as long as it wants to because Bayley's still hurt. Mm-hmm. So, I think what they're aiming at is at WrestleMania, Sasha Banks and Bayley for the title. The matches they had in NXT, if they could even get a portion of that, and a portion of that rivalry they had it in NXT, they're going to be great and they're going to put on a hell of a show at Mania. As for Alexa Bliss, it seems like there may be some type of show down the road with her and Nia Jax, and actually find yourself rooting for Alexa. Of course, I always do because I love her dearly. Yes. But find yourself actually rooting for the little, 5 Feet of Fury.
5 Feet of Fury. That's an excellent nickname. I like it.
Okay, the next, Randy Orton and Rusev, that we don't have to say a damn thing about that. Yeah. Rusev's leaving the company. Randy Orton is
that was actually, that's, for what I understand, Rusev, it was said, I think, I read an article today saying that Rusev and Lana were asking for their releases, but then I heard that that's not true.
Well, it would certainly seem like it would gain legs after that.
Right.
Hopefully Rusev does not.
Correct.
However, I think he would be showcased a hell of a lot better outside of the WWE right now.
Yes.
And that's even talking about going back down to NXT, which is now seemingly to be a possibility for a couple superstars. Hey. But yet again, that's something that's going to take shape as the days and weeks go by. Let's go to another crap match next. Let's skip AJ Styles. Well, since I just said it, AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. Another good match. I mean, these guys put on a good match every time they're in the ring.
It's exciting.
Part of me thinks that the Shane McMahon thing did good and bad at the same time. It was a little bad because it kind of took away from how good the match could have been. And it was good because it added a little bit of fun to it.
Yes.
So, when you're in a match with these two guys, which you expect to have a, phenomenal, all-around match, adding Shane McMahon took away from that a little bit, but at the same time added a little bit of fun to a otherwise pretty serious match. So, happy AJ won. Did not expect it. Did not expect AJ Styles to win.
Really?
I was all Kevin Owens on that. But yet again, it's hyping this United States Championship to another level. It's more important than the main prize on SmackDown right now. So
yeah, you're right.
Hey, hats off to them. They're doing a hell of a job. It's the land of opportunity, and the phenomenal one is now the face of America.
And Kevin Owens, speaking of opportunity, that was Kevin Owens' last opportunity on SmackDown.
Ooh.
As per Shane McMahon.
Well, he'll feud with Shane, and then capture some title at some point soon. Mm-hmm. Kevin Owens is the frickin' man.
He is.
All right, he's the frickin' man. Period. Done. Set. Checkmate. But the one I wanted to talk about briefly Big Show and Big Cass.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say briefly is because I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's explain, good or bad, let's explain Big Show versus Big Cass in one sentence. That's all we should need for this match. Okay. One sentence.
Okay. You want to go first?
Oh, my very simple.
Go first. Yeah.
This match was shit. Go.
Let's see. You know what?
I'll buy you a little time.
This match was shit. I'm going to go with yours.
All right. Well, we agree. It was quite shitastic.
Shit-tastic. It was a shit show. There you go.
Big Cass has a lot of promise coming. And as much as we like the Big Show, as much as he is nostalgia to both of us, as well as many, many people, it's time to go. And I say that actually with a heavy heart. It's time for Big Show to roll.
And with due respect.
With the utmost respect. He needs to go. He needs to be behind the scenes, whatever it may be. And he needs to be inducted in WWE Hall of Fame. Yes, and he is extremely deserving. And it's time for Big Show to roll out. He cannot compete in matches anymore. He's too damn slow nowadays. And that's, yet again hurts a little bit to say it.
Right.
But, thank you, Mr. White yet again. But,
Mr. White.
When
he debuted at St. Valentine's Day Massacre. I remember that.
That's right, Paul White. So thank you, Paul. But it's time to hit on the sunset. As far as Big Cass, since we are on this subject.
Yes, Big Cass suffered an injury, an ACL tear. I think it was in his left knee or left. I can't remember.
I don't know. I think it was left. I think it was left. Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, he suffered an ACL tear. And he is going to be out for 9 months.
9 months.
And I don't know if you...
Talk about killing momentum.
Yes.
As little as he actually had, but yes.
And I don't know if you saw the video of him...
I actually saw that when it happened. No, I saw that when it happened. When he was coming off the side of the apron, he's slamming, and you could hear him yelling, the F word multiple times being bleeped out. What's odd about that and how I knew it was actually serious, if you notice when a superstar actually gets hurt, they'll drop F-bombs. When they are just fake hurt, they'll say, oh, god damn it, or son of a bitch, or something like that.
Yeah.
For him to drop F-bombs, he was out of control because of how much pain he was in. Mm-hmm. So, first of all, Cass does have a future. His future is not against people like The Big Show, yet again, no offense. His future is not with people like Enzo, yet again, no offense.
Right.
His future is higher and better and bigger. And, hopefully he has a speedy recovery and, we'll see him after Mania, man.
Yeah.
Well after Mania. So.
That sucks, yes,
it sucks, but at the same time.
Mania, man.
At the same time, he is 7 foot tall.
And you can't teach that.
And you can't teach that.
Yes, sir. But you know what you can teach?
What can we teach? I like to teach.
You can teach people about custom vapors.
I can teach them where to get a custom tank.
And where can you find those at?
You can find those at Custom Vapors, 1928 Williams Boulevard in beautiful downtown Kenner, Louisiana, 70062. You call them up, you talk to Jason, you tell them the boys at Double J sent you. And also remember, if it ain't custom, it's crap.
Yes, I love saying that.
It makes me feel good, man. It makes me feel good.
It gives me a slight chub.
Speaking of Jason, we're helping out our buddy always, and he is going to be hosting. One thing I'm going to bring up just briefly, this is a wrestling show, but at the same time, Conor McGregor does have WWE implications at some point in time. Just quickly, he is hosting a fight party, so I figured why not bring up who do we at Double J believe is going to win this match? It shouldn't take long. Who do we believe is going to win the match between Floyd McGregor and Conor Mayweather? And yes, I meant to say that 100%.
Okay. So as much as it pains me to say it, I think Mayweather's going to win.
Yeah, that's the correct answer.
Now, let me ask you this. Actually, go ahead and say who do you think is going
to win? No, Mayweather. Okay, that's the correct answer. Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
So, let me ask you this.
It's not even that there's not a right or wrong. There's a right.
Right.
The right is Mayweather.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you think McGregor has any chance?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely.
Because there are a lot of people saying that he doesn't have a chance at all.
No, he has a chance. He has a chance. Anybody who says he doesn't have a chance is just really downplaying who he is.
One of them being Phil Anselmo.
Oh, Phil?
I read that, yes.
Oh,
he's big on boxing.
He is. He's very big on boxing. Not as much in UFC, though, which is why and Phil's obviously...
Maybe he doesn't know that...
A fellow Grace King Irish.
Maybe he doesn't...
Me and Phil are fighting Irish, I would not fight him, though.
No. I would pee myself.
I'd pee just hearing his voice again. I'll never forget when me and him did a shot of Jägermeister over there at Sea Beavers back in the day.
Nice.
I never forget when I had to let Phil Anselmo in the gym at Grace King because I was late to the assembly as well. But that's a story for another day, I guess.
That'll be on our metal podcast.
That'll be on a metal. As far as the fight goes, this is what I want to say. I think the majority of fans pretty much, ask who's going to win. Well, it's Mayweather.
Right.
Who do you want to win? McGregor.
Of course.
That's what you're going to get everywhere.
Right.
You do have guys who are diehard boxing fans who just love Money Mayweather. They are far and few between, especially because you got my buddy Terrence Crawford, speaking of boxing, from the United States, from Nebraska, who is coming up the ranks right now, just won a all-or-nothing fight, winning 5 championships.
Wow.
He is undefeated. He is 31-0, I believe. He is another guy we could root for after Mayweather is gone. That is Terrence Crawford. Listen to the name, he's up and coming. But as far as, you said McGregor, having a shot. McGregor has a shot, okay? His only shot is to knock Floyd Mayweather the hell out. Period. He has, in my opinion, 3 rounds to knock out Floyd Mayweather. Now, with the talking, the back and forth smack talk that's been going on, McGregor says he'll knock him out before 4 rounds. So basically what I'm saying too. If he has a shot, it has to happen then. But the interesting fact is that Mr. Money Mayweather, Mr. I can't read, said that he is actually going to knock out Conor McGregor before that.
Wow.
Which is interesting because Floyd Mayweather doesn't know how to knock people out in the past 5-6 years.
The only ones he knows how to knock out are the females.
Ooh, damn. Yeah, that's true.
He knocks out ladies.
Yeah, he pulls a Ray Rice in the elevator.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm still for Ray. And that's too deep of a subject.
Yeah.
Get into that later. But I'm actually on Ray's side, believe it or not. I'm just saying. Should have spit on him, okay? Should have spit on him.
Yeah.
Okay? He has a Napoleonic complex. You don't spit on him.
No.
Anyway. So, but yeah, McGregor does have a chance if he knocks him out early. But if it gets past the 3rd, maybe 4th round, you might as well leave.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you're at, you might as well go get a drink, go drop a deuce, go play Angry Birds, go play The Simpsons Tapped Out, which is actually another of our, sponsors this evening. Do something else. But moving right along to what's more important is in the wrestling world. Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt had an interesting match.
The Demon Finn Balor.
The Demon.
Which
Finn
I was
Balor.
so excited to see.
Oh, his entrance was great, man. His entrance was great. It always is. It always is. And one thing I want to bring up, and I'll bring up what you thought about it and how you feel about the match. The only thing I'll say, first of all, I was actually surprised by Finn winning. I thought they were going to give Bray the nod. Although nobody really came away from this looking bad. I thought both guys still came away looking good, which is hard to say because when Bray Wyatt loses matches after talking the shit he does all the time, he looks bad after losses. He did not look bad after this loss because of how it happened. One thing I want to bring up, and I can't remember who said this. I think somebody said it in a Double J Podplex, who was 100% right. They talk about how Finn should only do this every once in a while. Well, maybe he shouldn't do it as dramatically, but he should do this more than every once in a while. He should do this all the damn time. Bringing up guys like Sting. Bringing up guys that would always wear face paint. That would always wear... Yeah, Warrior, of course. That would always wear face paint.
Right.
Did Sting ever come out as Steve Borden? No. He came out as Sting.
Well, granted, what about in TNA? Like he would never cut promos as Steve Borden?
Well, he did. You're very right. But matches, he was always as Sting.
All right.
But yeah, you're very right. But the money is in the mask. It creates the mask or the face paint. It creates that weirdness, that uniqueness, that mystery, and that needs to happen more with Finn Balor.
Well, maybe he's kind of thinking, okay, well, I could bring this out every now and then to
make it more special.
Make it more special. People can appreciate it more.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right. He may be a unique character as far as that goes. So, I guess my 2 cents.
It works. I think it works like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if you knew, but John Cena and Baron Corbin had a match.
They did.
You wouldn't really know it though.
You wouldn't.
It wasn't that good.
It wasn't.
It really was not that good.
That was probably the third least.
It was bad.
Match on
it was
card.
not good. It seems like they're almost on a tirade to bury Baron Corbin. Speaking of that, Jeremy, can you touch on the amount of heat Baron Corbin is actually experiencing right now?
So, yes, Baron Corbin is experiencing a lot of heat right now, and it all stemmed from a tweet.
A tweet?
A tweet. So, the reporter Dave Meltzer.
He knows all the Twitters.
He knows all the Twitters. So, he tweeted something. I guess he was asked how he felt Baron Corbin would be as champion or something to that extent. And, he said something like, I don't think he's ready to be champion right now.
I don't think he's ready either. I really don't.
And I agree. I can agree with that. I do like Baron Corbin. I'm a Baron Corbin fan, but I can agree with that.
I agree with Dave sometimes, and that's one of the times. Me and Dave differ. Me and Dave differ.
The Dave and the Jimmy differ.
Yeah. Jimmy and Dave don't always get along. But when we do, we prefer Dos Equis.
But Jimmy prefers Dos Equis.
Holy God, I want a Dos Equis.
Well, we're going to get
We're getting a Dos Equis after this, what are we doing? Podcast. My father's gay.
My father's gay.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Dave Meltzer, pretty much criticized Corbin.
Right.
And Corbin didn't take it too well.
Not that you wouldn't think so.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't either, but, it's one of those things where,
this is a wrestling business. You gotta pay your dues.
Right.
You gotta pay your dues. When it's your time, it's your time.
Exactly. But Meltzer wasn't really talking bad about him. Like, he wasn't, he was just saying, look, essentially I think he was just like, give him some time and he'll get there.
Well, hey, he may have, obviously,
and I think
obviously
Corbin
misunderstood it.
Just took it the wrong way,
right.
Which, obviously via text message or just through words and not hearing someone say it.
Correct.
It's going to be
That's a lot different. That's a lot different. Absolutely.
Corbin,
a lot of my relationship ended because of that.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Oh, no, I'm happy. I love being single.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Oh, I love every second of it. Not that there's anything wrong with marriage.
Not that there's anything wrong with
Not that there's anything wrong with that. My father's gay.
So Corbin took it the wrong way.
He's got to be more professional.
And he went off on Meltzer on Twitter, saying, "Oh, how can a guy who's never stepped foot in a ring criticize me?" and blah blah. To that extent. And I guess Vince heard about it. I mean, I'm sure he was going to.
Yeah.
And so now they're kind of burying Corbin right now. They had him, cash in on SmackDown and lose it with a roll up pin.
He's gonna bounce back.
And, but it's gonna be rough for a little while for him, for sure.
Well, it's teaching him he's still young. Okay, let's realize that too. He has to be a little bit more professional than that.
Yes.
You want to be a champion in this business, you got to be professional. And we're getting to it. We're getting to the. I want to do this one next. Then, by the way, John Cena. I love John Cena.
And that video made me cry.
That video was.
I cried.
Was freaking ridiculous, man. John Cena enjoys the hell out of what he does. You love him, you hate him, in between. He enjoys what he does in the ring and out of the ring. Mm-hmm. And what he does for the kids and what he does for the Make-A-Wish, what he does for just people in general, just fans in general, is something he should be applauded for. And, what's funny is all these people booing John Cena. Well, when he retires and when he goes in the Hall of Fame, you're going to be the same damn people that cheer him. And that's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. So, hats off to John Cena as always. Right. The one I want to bring up next, because I have something to say about the champion, is Jinder Mahal and Shinsuke Nakamura. Mm-hmm. I love the fact Jinder Mahal kept the title.
So do I.
I love Shinsuke Nakamura.
Mm-hmm.
I love the King of Strong Style. I like everything about him. I hate the fact he does not have that great of English, but I still love the guy. I think he's an extremely great talent. He is a top 5 worldwide guy. Okay, period. Jinder Mahal is a fighting champion. Yes, he had to Singh brothers help out. I understand that, but Jinder Mahal has lived up to all expectations anybody could have hoped for. And there's a lot of haters on him. A lot of haters. Oh, he didn't deserve it. Have you seen his workout routines?
Pretty monstrous.
The work he put in to get here is ridiculous. They could have given him, all right, here you go. You know what? We're going to push you. And he could have said, all right, well, I'm sitting back in my easy chair and everything. It's easy street now.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
He stepped the hell up and he did what he needed to do. And he is in a position today because of that. Main thing I wanted to bring up about Jinder Mahal in general, is the fact that a lot of people, Jinder Mahal isn't liked. If you ever follow, I was bored at work today. Hopefully my boss isn't listening, but he knows. I was bored and I was looking up some things about, just following people on Twitter and this and that as far as athletes. Mm-hmm. And looking up some stuff here or there. And Jinder Mahal actually has, I don't remember if it was Twitter or his Instagram. He has a bunch of hand-painted, hand-drawn, fan-made pictures of him.
Really?
He is extremely popular. This is not somebody who is just a flash in the pan. He's way more popular than people give him credit for. Right. And it was definitely the right nod to keep Jinder Mahal with the title. That's where I'm going to end and throw it at you.
Yeah, I agree with you. And personally, I really don't think, and I might catch a little heat for saying this, but I don't think Nakamura is ready to be champion. In a way.
Dude, that is honestly, if there's the great debate, that's the great debate. Because of his pedigree and where he came from and how much success he had there, that's almost like blasphemy. But at the same time, it's not wrong.
Right, yeah, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve
wrong.
it. Obviously, he deserves it at some point, and it's coming.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
And maybe it's his promos. Maybe I don't know. There's something about it where it's like
that's the language barrier.
Right. It's just he's there. It's just he needs to go to that little hump.
Think about it like this.
Think
about it like this. And as much as I just touted Jinder Mahal, what's a bigger match? What's a bigger name? Not name, of course, but what's a bigger match when you hear it? Jinder Mahal and Shinsuke Nakamura, or Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles?
Oh, Shinsuke and AJ Styles.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Yeah.
That would be the type of match he would win the title on.
Okay.
Because, not only because those two are enormously talented,
right,
because of their history.
Yeah.
There's no history in this match, and they did a damn good job for having no history with each other. So, yet again, more touts to Jinder Mahal.
Right.
I may be a little bit of a fanboy right now for him, but look, I can't hate the guy. The guy has worked his ass off.
Hey, I'm entertained when I see him. That's all I can say.
I like him. And if you hear, I've heard him talk a couple times. He seems like a genuinely nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm for him, man.
And just for the record, I'm not taking anything away from Shinsuke Nakamura.
Right.
At all. He like I said, he's there. Just something.
There's something missing.
Something missing.
The thing is, and this is something that I think a lot of people will agree with, he has not gotten to that awe-inspiring level yet. He has not had a match yet, at least in WWE, not NXT. He's had a couple good ones, but he still has not had that, this is why this guy is one of the best on this planet.
Right.
People know it, because they know his history from New Japan.
Yeah.
And if you've seen any of his matches, if you saw that match at Wrestle Kingdom, I don't remember if it was 13 or what it was, maybe 11, whatever it was, when it was Shinsuke and AJ. Mm-hmm. It was awesome. It was something that you would watch actually over again. He is a great wrestler, and having him, he has to reach that point eventually, mm-hmm. and it's coming. So I agree with you with that as well.
In due time.
One thing, this to me is somewhat quick. We somewhat touched on it earlier.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose beating Cesaro and Sheamus. One thing I want to put forward: those four guys were in the same ring and put on a hell of a match.
Yes, they did.
I was at a point in the match, to me that was the match of the night. I was at a point in the match where I didn't care who won. Obviously, I wanted to see, I think everybody kind of knew it was going to be Ambrose and Rollins. Yeah. Why the hell are you getting back together?
Right.
Right. The money is in them getting back together. The money is in them eventually joining back with Roman Reigns.
Yes.
But I thought Cesaro and Sheamus, for two guys who basically got thrown together because they had nothing else to do with them, to form a team that is actually thought of as a team now.
Yeah.
He's awesome. And they put on a show. They put on a tag team clinic, if you will.
Of course.
And that's about all I got to say, man. But hey, the Shield is coming back.
In due time. And now, technically, I would say this is a 3-on-2 match.
Right.
It was Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and the Beach Ball versus Cesaro and Sheamus.
Dude, it's you gotta love when wrestlers break character for a second.
Yo, absolutely.
You gotta love it, man.
Course.
And obviously the infamous pipe bomb. I mean, that was one of the best moments in wrestling history when CM Punk just, called out.
And the fact that he wore a Stone Cold shirt.
That was the best thing in the world.
Was
and he is
incredible.
the best in the world. But having him call out, obviously everybody knows this, having him call out Colt Cabana, have him call out Ring of Honor, those type of names, that were not mentioned. That was a big no-no back then.
Dude, if CM Punk was here today in WWE, that would be some exciting.
It'd be incredibly exciting, and it's not only the fact of how great he is. It's just think of the dream matches he would be involved in.
And where would you put him? Would you put him on SmackDown or Raw?
Well, Raw needs it right now.
Okay,
I think Raw needs more of a
right
mouthpiece right now than what they got. But you talk about matches that he could have. I mean, AJ Styles obviously is the first name that comes to mind. Kevin Owens is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Just the mic work.
I would love to see Kevin Owens and CM Punk.
That'd be great. It'd be great.
Oh, dude,
the mic work alone would be exceptional.
Yes.
Just Shinsuke Nakamura. He's never had, just the pure wrestling format would be great. Him and the glorious one, Bobby Roode.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome as well. And I guess since that's mentioned, we should jump into that.
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode debuted on SmackDown. If you've been living under a rock, maybe you didn't know that. After losing his title to Drew McIntyre in a very well-wrestled, very entertaining bout at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3, Bobby Roode came in, to be honest, Aiden English put up a nice little fight, not burying himself, which I thought was a good touch, and Bobby Roode went over. The interesting thing about it, Bobby Roode was portrayed as a face.
Right.
Now, basically, quote-unquote, anti-hero, I guess you could say, but not a hero by any means. It is going to be hard to make Bobby Roode a heel, although he's such a natural fit.
Right.
But look, we know that goes almost without saying. We know how great he can be, and we know that he will have a great run in WWE.
People love him, and chicks dig him.
Done. He's like the Jimmy of wrestling.
He is.
He's like the Uncle Jimmy of wrestling.
But who would be the me of wrestling?
Jericho.
Absolutely.
I'm going to give you Jericho.
Yes, thank you.
I'll give you Jericho. Do you have anything else to say about Bobby Roode?
Welcome.
Thank you for making SmackDown Live glorious.
That's right.
Moving right along, also, speaking of another debut, somebody that was injured is supposed to debut quite a long time ago.
Yes, I remember that.
And that was
Shelton Benjamin.
There was a certain Shelton Benjamin.
Who was a former member of Team Angle. Which I get why they paired him up with Chad Gable.
Oh, it's going to be a good tag team.
Totally cool.
However, it slowed down Chad Gable's singles. He put on some great singles matches.
Yeah,
but yet again, that can happen in the future.
Yes.
You need your tag team division right now. So I like that idea a lot.
Dude, I tell you what, when Daniel Bryan introduced him to Gable, and you saw Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin sitting side by side, I didn't realize Shelton Benjamin was that big.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Gable is just that small.
Well, Gable's not a big guy, but Shelton Benjamin's not a small man.
Right.
And I didn't realize that at first either. Like when I saw it, I was like, the one thing I want to bring up as far as that goes, and this is the biggest thing to me, Shelton Benjamin has been gone for a little while. About 10 years, maybe, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
The pop he got when they showed him was something that CM Punk would get.
Dude.
Although CM Punk would get it longer. It would be nonstop. But the pop he got was so well deserving. I'm so happy people did not forget about him. So happy for him.
Dude, I tell you what, I remember him in the Money in the Bank matches.
Oh, dude. Him and ladders is a good mix.
Yes.
Shelton Benjamin and ladders is a damn good mix.
My brother and I actually met Shelton Benjamin at Lakeside Mall.
Oh, did you?
And we met Charlie Haas, who was a dick.
Yeah, I heard Charlie Haas
is a complete prick.
So what you're saying is we will never have Charlie Haas on the Double J Podplex?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. What about... Actually, I want to actually talk... I want to get Fletcher Mackel on soon. Hopefully him and his brother Travers, we can have both of them here. We can get your brother over here. We can have a dandy. But anyway, Very happy to hear Shelton Benjamin's back. Very
Yes.
happy to hear the ovation he got. I'm so happy that this guy who is so immensely talented is getting his just due yet again. So there's only one way to go.
And that is
We had
the main event, the Fatal 4-Way match,
Fatal 4-Way.
which was a exciting match to watch.
No, I'm not a scholar. I don't plan to be. I don't play one on TV. I actually play a rape victim on TV. But doesn't Fatal 4-Way mean four competitors? Which would mean that Brock Lesnar had to defend his title against 3 separate men where he didn't even have to be pinned to lose his title.
And it was, rumored that if he lost, he would have left. And what did I tell you?
Yeah.
Now I didn't say it on here just
Right.
because I guess I was like, okay, well, let me just pick someone else. But I had a feeling Lesnar would win.
Yeah, you did say it. I have to feel that the powers that be knew something about John Jones.
Maybe. It's possible.
My gut feeling. And there's also the feeling that they didn't want Lesnar to leave.
Hey,
I mean, look, he's a moneymaker. There's no denying that. But
Yeah.
They didn't want him to leave. I thought it was an interesting pick. I thought it was a safe pick. That's the thing that I think is the biggest thing I'm taking away from this. If they got Lesnar to stay and they were in talks with him, hey, would you stay if we give you the title? They gave him the damn title. It was the safest pick.
Mm-hmm.
Samoa Joe, as much as I love him, as much as I think he deserves it, yes, you don't know what you're going to get out of him. Same thing with Braun Strowman. They've never been champion. You have no idea what you're going to get out of them. Both, I think, would be credible champions. Roman Reigns, maybe they didn't want to hear the internet blowing up and calling him incompetent and all that shit like that. So they got and went with the safe Paul Heyman guy, Brock Lesnar.
People need to get off Roman Reigns' dick.
Yeah, I'm about to say with that too.
I'm
about to say with that too. I
read an article that Braun Strowman himself said that Reigns is one of, if not the best guys he's ever worked with. That he just his in-ring stuff.
Oh, he works his ass off, man. He's a guy who's gonna. He doesn't have bad matches. It's just like Cena. Like everybody hates on Cena. It's the same thing. They don't have bad matches. They may not be a 5-star match guy.
Yeah, they're not.
Pending,
they're not like
but-
AJ Styles
Right.
or Shinsuke Nakamura.
They can have great matches without being a great wrestler.
Right.
That's what the Attitude Era, as much as I make it a little heat for this, that's what the Attitude Era was made of.
Right.
You had great matches with guys who were not great wrestlers.
Right.
And this is going to be said. The Texas Rattlesnake was not a great wrestler.
No.
The Rock was not a great wrestler. They were not bad, but they were not great wrestlers. Shawn Michaels was.
Right.
Triple H is not a great wrestler, but they know and understand the business and they know how to put on a show. That's what they were good at. That's what these guys were good at too. Mm-hmm. Sunday night. So, I can't complain. Lesnar and we got to be looking forward to Strowman and Lesnar. It's gonna be fun.
I'll tell you what, man. You and I have said this since that time they teased it on Raw after Mania. I think it was.
Right.
I'm. Is that your phone? Right?
Yeah,
okay.
That's
Anyway.
my phone. That's the old lady's. Look, she's looking for child support. Okay,
Child support.
I
Yeah,
told her
that's
I'm not
never
getting
good.
paid for another 3 weeks, but she's looking for child support. Well, I tell you what, go to the government.
Go to the government.
Yeah, come try to find me. I don't live at that address no more.
So, but I'll tell you what, I really hope, and I don't think it'll happen. This is wishful thinking, but I really hope Braun Strowman wins this thing. That he at some point wins this Universal title.
Well, he has to. I mean, I think it's a must-win for him.
Let me just say, when was the last time you saw a guy like Braun Strowman?
Oh, never.
Exactly.
I mean, never, dude.
I mean, I guess
at first he was just another big guy, but the more and more you see him, he is a freaking monster.
he's a freak of nature.
He is enormous. By the way, seems like a very nice guy.
Yeah.
But, like, all the things I've seen yet again on him outside the ring, it seems great.
Dude, Strowman makes Lesnar look small.
Tiny. Yeah.
Like, and then he moves like a cruiserweight. He's quick.
Yeah.
He's pretty agile,
But, yes, he is for that
For
freaking size. Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
he's like 6'8". 300
He's a
something
mammoth.
pounds or
He's
whatever,
a mammoth of a human being.
God.
The only issue I have with Strowman winning the title, and it's only one, is who's believable to beat him.
Right, yeah.
You know, who is going to be the Giant Slayer?
Right.
Yes, you could build a storyline.
I mean,
any way you want. You could build a storyline to freaking Hornswoggle finds a way to beat him.
Right.
But
I mean,
that's not nowhere near going to happen. But still, you know, you could build a storyline to where, I don't know, let's take Sami Zayn finds a way to beat him.
Well, do you remember how it was like that?
Yes.
You know,
but is it believable? This is the title picture. This isn't just, you know, another match. This is the title picture now, if indeed he does.
I mean, is it believable that Daniel Bryan would win a triple threat match between him, Triple H, and was it Randy Orton or
Batista?
Or Batista, yeah.
But that was more about insurmountable odds. That wasn't like the biggest man. He was supposed to be slated, if he didn't hurt, to face Brock Lesnar at Mania for the title. Not 30. I think it was 31 or 32, whatever it was. But he was slated to face Lesnar for the title. The whole, basically, David versus Goliath thing like I was talking about. So, but it can be done. I just think it's going to be a difficult task for whoever comes next after Strowman wins that title. Because he's going to win the title.
Yeah.
That's
at some point.
He's going to win the title.
Yeah.
Now, may Brock find a way to get it back, or may Brock actually cheat to win this match? Is yet to be seen. But I think Brock actually fears Braun Strowman, and we're going to see that coming up at No Mercy.
That is right. Yeah, that is the next Raw pay-per-view, No Mercy. I actually have the Nintendo 64 game, WWF No Mercy, which is a great game.
The classic.
I rule at that damn game.
Yeah, I've heard.
I'll beat anybody.
You know, Jeremy, you know, it's getting to be that time of the night where I start thinking of beer. And I start thinking about what beer I'm going to drink. And, you know, I mentioned Dos Equis earlier, but I think it just makes more sense to mention the beer that is sponsoring us tonight. And that is Miller Lite. We are sponsored by the cold, triple hops brewed Pilsner taste of Miller Lite. It is also the official drink of the big Baller brand.
Oh, dear Lord.
Know your lane and stay in it.
I would say stay in it. Yeah. Jimmy, what if you had to drink? Just kind of to close it out here. If you had to pick one last beer to drink, you just found out you're gonna die. Okay.
Oh, I am gonna die. I'm probably dying soon.
And you had
so it's just gonna be the J Podplex.
And you had the opportunity to drink one last
just
beer.
One beer.
What would it be?
Oh God, Shiner Bock.
Shinerbach.
I'm a big... No, that's not true. Red Stripe. Damn. It's tough. Oh. Alright, you know what? The first beer I ever drank as a 21-year-old. Because when I was young, I would drink basically whatever. The first drink I ever bought, first beer I ever bought was Red Stripe. Mm-hmm. And that will also be Poetic Justice. Beer. That's the last beer I'll drink as well.
Okay.
It brought me into my drinking liver phase.
There you go.
And it'll take me out, damn it.
There you go. It's going to take you out. It brought you in to go take you out.
That's it. You know, that's actually what LeVar told Lonzo multiple times. And he tried to get it in his head, you know. And the kid, you know, he just kept mouthing off and he almost had to hit his ass, you know. LeVar take care of business, okay? Hey, did you see him when he took his shirt off? Dude's jacked. Alright? Dude, we talked earlier about who can beat Braun Strowman. LeVar Ball can beat Braun Strowman.
Please.
Okay? After he drops MJ in a first to 10 one-on-one matchup. LeVar Ball for president. Obama, we never needed you, baby.
And there you have it. I guess we didn't need Obama, ever. We had LeVar Ball. We had the big baller dude in the White House.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. You know, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You need a beer.
I need a beer. I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
I'm shaking.
This is not a good thing.
No, it's not.
I might have to go drink that last Red Stripe tonight. Well, look at the bright side. I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
Well, thank you all for listening to the J Podplex. And we'll see y'all sometime next week, maybe.
We will see y'all sometime next week. I hope y'all enjoyed it yet again. It was a great week in wrestling, as much as we a little bit downplayed SummerSlam. And, you know, stay happy, wrestling fans.
Absolutely.
Later on.